All right, man. I'm gonna finally weigh in on this debate. Um, it's not really a debate, to be honest. It's just some friendly beef. Um, so obviously you guys know last year Drake, J. Cole dropped First Person Shooter, showing mad love to you know hip hop and basically claiming that they are the one and the two, and Kendrick is three. Kendrick's up there with them. They said they're the three goats. For some odd reason, I say odd, but it's not really odd. But for some reason, which you can really only look at it as for the love of the game, the love of the sport, Kendrick Lamar took that as a diss and straight up said, on like that, ain't no big three, it's big me. And that sparked hellfire. And I mean like Thanos in the sky looking down on the Avengers hellfire. It was not pretty at all. Um, it got very personal. Now, Kendrick has recently stated that one of the reasons that he did it, or kind of like what kind of helped him make the decision on doing it, was the fact that hip hop was basically dead last year and the year before. No one was thinking about hip hop. Everybody was putting hip hop in last place, literally laughing at it. It was the laughing stock of music for like 2 years straight. And he said, he wanted to bring the fire back into rappers, back into hip hop, back into the community. So he did it for the love of the sport. But when I hear that, and then you start talking about a man's son, that's when it's kind of like, it might have started for the sport, and in the back of your mind, you might have been like, yeah, it was for the sport. But then you start bringing up family. Now you just started war. So obviously, you guys know him and Drake went back and forth. Drake talked about Kendrick beating his wife, stuff we already knew. Kendrick talked about Drake messing with underage girls. He tried to lie and say Drake had a daughter. A bunch of other weird stuff. And at one point, the community was like, oh, Drake going crazy. And then Kendrick Lamar, out of nowhere, just delivered bangers. Bangers. Euphoria, banger. Banger. Family Matters on Drake's side, banger. Meet the Grams. A lot of people thought Meet the Grams was like a kill shot. It wasn't, because a lot of it was all fabricated from lies. So, no. I can't give him that. And then Not Like Us came out. And I understand where the love is for Kendrick, the West Coast, whatever, all this and that. I get it. I understand where the love is. And Drake didn't do a great job of refuting him being a weirdo. Bro literally said, I'm too famous. I could never. I'm sorry. When someone calls you a PDF file, you don't respond with, I'm too famous to even do the stuff you're suggesting. You don't say that. You give facts that you are not. You give proof that you are not. You get the artist. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't want to involve her in none of this. You get the actress I don't want to say her name, and you get them to state that they didn't do it. Surprisingly enough, he didn't need to do that. They did it themselves. They literally said it was strictly business. It was strictly business endeavors, and not even business. They just said it was on some friendship stuff. Like he was like on some mentor stuff, welcoming them into the industry, and showing mad love to to Millie Bobby Brown. I didn't even want to say her name, but I already kind of slipped, so whatever. Like he's showing mad love to Millie, right? They literally came out and said it wasn't nothing like that. It was nothing of that nature. Yeah, there's the video of him and the 17-year-old girl on stage. Does not look good for him at all. It looks terrible, right? And then whatever comments he made, yeah, don't look good at all. But there's been no proof of anything. And I'm not going to say we, the West Coast, and whoever else decided they wanted to ride the coattails of the West Coast fame and the West Coast, popping moment and be like, yeah, he did that. He didn't do a great job of refuting it. He did a terrible job of refuting it. He did a terrible job of being like, I didn't do this. So I don't know. I can't even be in full defense for him. But now it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah, he tried to sue. Or he started to sue. And people are like, oh, he's suing because he lost the battle. I don't know how stupid you are. But he ain't suing because he lost the battle. He's suing because he's been trying to get more money. Hello. He's trying to get a bigger contract. On top of the bigger contract, he's suing because his house is starting to get shot up. And people are like, oh, he's suing because he lost the battle. No. I understand why people would think that, because the first lawsuit was like, oh, well, they fabricated the streams for Not Like Us. He could be right. He could also be extremely wrong. It's Kendrick Lamar's most popping song. Because it is exactly what the sound that people have probably been wanting from him forever. The West Coast flavor with the Kendrick Lamar bars. That's what they've been wanting. Not exactly what Drake said, because it's exactly what Kendrick does. He makes music like he's trying to free the slaves. He does. He makes that Harriet Tubman walk with me ass music. I'm sorry. He do. You can't defend that. That's what he makes. Okay? So, we're at this point now where, okay, Not Like Us, huge song. Kendrick wins 5 Grammys. Everybody at the Grammys is singing this song word for word, bar for bar. 70% of the people at the Grammys probably don't even know the words for real. But they was in there acting like they did, because you heard it in unison. And as soon as it get to the A minor, everybody in there screaming A minor. I'm looking at that like, oh, so y'all mess with this. Oh, okay. Now, Drake already said that if Kendrick wasn't doubling down on the PDF stuff, it would be a track he would like. Respected. Because I think a lot of us Drake fans, at least me in general, I can say he's right. It's catchy. It has some catchiness to it. It was a great beat. Mustard went crazy. I'm assuming, Mustard kind of had it in his mind what he was going to get to. It was a catchy beat. It was a good beat. Kendrick has some cool flows, right? But it's a song about calling somebody a PDF file. We don't even know if it's true. And it happens to end up being his biggest song of his career. Why are we pushing this narrative like he just did the most generational thing ever? We don't know if it's true. And everybody is like, oh my God, not like us. Like I'm not being oblivious to the fact that I understand it's a catchy song. Cool. It's something cool for the West Coast. Because the West Coast always needs someone to rally behind. Because they really don't be having nothing going on for real. They really don't. And Kendrick barely dropped enough for them to be like, Kendrick, yes. They're getting more music from Tyler, the Creator, than they are from Kendrick. So I get the whole West Coast want to be on top. Or Kendrick uniting the people. And then half of the people that are like defending it and being like, oh yeah, Kendrick lost. Drake lost. It's the same people who for the last 6 years or so have been screaming, Drake fell off. Drake doesn't make good music anymore. Drake can't rap. Drake has ghost. Just saying dumb stuff that don't make no sense at all. That don't make no sense. The man who produces like 3 hits a year. 3, 4, 5 hits a year. Mega hits. Not just small hits. Mega hits. People just like, oh, he's trash, he's washed, whatever. Meanwhile, their favorite rapper don't even rap. He be at the house playing Jenga and shit. Like, what are we talking about? I don't understand why we were so quick to let's go Kendrick, hop on the bandwagon and woo. And now Drake just said when he dropped his solo project, he doing it by himself. He said he gonna say what he gotta say, which obviously is Drake. He petty. He gonna bring up stuff that already happened. He gonna bring up the song. He gonna bring up whatever. And he gonna probably try to repair and do damage control to his career that's probably over. And I can't even say over, because it ain't over. But his career is like, it's literally tarnished because of that song. Now he's constantly having to look over his shoulder. People are shooting at his crib. He's definitely probably not getting that contract extension. Contract extension. The contract increase with UMG. He's not getting none of that. And we are sitting here still to this day. People are still trashing Drake, slandering Drake, saying whatever they can about Drake, all this and that. But it's like everybody just forgot that Kendrick made an entire song of lying. Just lying. The entire Meet the Graham song is straight lies. And the world forgot. Then Not Like Us came out, where it could have been the most insane lie in a world today that is so filled with people finally getting exposed for being PDS, people finally getting exposed for being weirdos. If you're trying to kill a man's career, pack him up for good, or test him and see how deep or how far he's willing to go, why would you not put a lie so devious on his name that the world has been so like adherent to? The world's hearing it so much that every time somebody's name comes up, everybody's instantly ready to go, yep, he did it. There is a possibility that Kendrick put out Not Like Us, and it is the craziest lie to ever be told in hip hop, and it's going to destroy Drake's career completely. And as a community, we're just fine with that. That's weird. Super weird. It doesn't even sound right. It shouldn't even be a thing. Right? That should not be a thing. But you can't tell the fans nothing because the Kendrick fans are so ready to jump down your throat. Nah, Drake got bodied. Nah, Drake wasn't doing nothing. Drake can't rap. Oh, Kendrick really 20v1'd. Kendrick really 1v20'd. Drake has ghostwriters. Drake had to rap against other rappers. Kendrick had to rap against Drake. We're ready to say Kendrick 1v20 because Drake has ghostwriters. Shut up. What are you saying? Shut up. Stupid? What? What are you talking about? What? Huh? Like Kendrick don't have Baby Keem writing for him. We gonna ignore that? We just not gonna say nothing? Come on, bro. Kendrick didn't write a lot of the stuff. Kendrick didn't write a lot of that beef stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't write Not Like Us. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Baby Keem comes out in a few years and be like, oh, I wrote that. But we're so ready to, oh, Drake has writers. Drake fell off. Drake doesn't rap the same. Drake literally said he's not relatable anymore. Let it go. He's not relatable anymore. He knows that. He said it. Why are you still saying he fell off and all this other stuff? He doesn't make music for you no more. All you got to do is move on. You ain't got to be like, oh, he fell off and all this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, and I'm going to be honest. I'm mad J. Cole bowed out of it. Because J. Cole would have bodied Kendrick. He would have bodied him. Because had that been said about J. Cole, the community is not going to be like, yeah, Kendrick's right. J. Cole's a weirdo. He's a PDF file. We not finna hear that lie, that fake story, and be like, yeah, he's right. People would have not been bopping to the song. People would have not been like, yeah, A minor. No. J. Cole would have dropped the next song. He wouldn't have done something stupid like Drake and said, I'm too famous for what you're suggesting. Kendrick Lamar would have been put literally on one of those little spinning wheels, and J. Cole would have just started throwing knives. He would have started going off. We would have heard of J. Cole we probably never heard. But yet we're ready to be like, nah, Drake really did it. I don't understand. I don't understand this weird. I don't know why rappers are now starting to hop in this West Coast, East Coast battle. Y'all can't even put out good projects. Why are y'all all of a sudden trying to battle each other? We don't need that. Kendrick did it to spark a fire in y'all to start rapping again. To start rapping for real. Not for Joey Badass and some random from down the street to start making diss tracks towards each other, talking about some East Coast, West Coast. I'm the king of this. We don't care. We don't care. Put out an album. What are you saying? Like, it's bro, the internet is so weird now. We're so ready to accept that kind of stuff now. You literally can say it about anybody. Anyone. You could say Hip Hop Harry was a PDF file. And the world's gonna go, I knew it. He's around those kids too much. They be dancing too hard. Huh? Like, bro. Whatever, man. The masses is so dumb. They're just gonna be like, yeah, he did it. He did it. Instead of being like, maybe he genuinely, like, because me, if somebody says it about me, I'm gonna be honest, there's no talking. You gotta go. On GTA, of course, but you gotta go. Ain't no talking. Ain't no talking. It ain't rap no more. Lying and saying something like that, you're done, buddy. You packed. Because now you're playing with my bread. You're playing with my name. You're playing with my livelihood. My family's life is in danger. And it's a possibility I lose everything. If you're Drake, wouldn't you sue? Opposed to having him knocked off the face of the planet? Would you sue? Opposed to continuing a battle that you probably, realistically, and I'm going to be honest here, will more than likely lose to a better rapper. Y'all don't be thinking. Y'all just be doing stuff and saying things. Why is that so complicated for people? I don't understand that. That's all I got. I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to get out of here because I've been yapping. This is definitely yapping for real. I'm out. Think about that.